It no be easy. February 2021. This are part of the Cameroun forces and this. Today the 19th February 2021. Now this are the Cameroun forces and this. Under the canopy of the Supreme General of the AGF General, big number. It no be easy, but now God, he want get power. Today, the day that they graduate.
All right. Una, good evening for all una, my fellow Ambazonians. One thank una plenty. So una don't take the time for joining me for today. We're supposed to start 30 minutes ago. We just start now. I want to welcome all una and I want to thank all man. We don't take the time for joining me for this evening. Today, we're on Saturday, number 17 day for the month of April. Decide for come online today for can give una a very important talk. Will be very important for the Ambazonian people then. It be very important for the state of our revolution. It be very important for all we forget a certain understanding of exactly what's our day, which it go on. And today I'm going to talk about the tipping point. I'm going to talk about Ambazonia versus Cameroun. Now who go actually succeed? Now Ambazonia go succeed for become independent, or na Cameroun go succeed for keep Ambazonia as an occupied territory of Cameroun. The conversation today, I go walk una through the landscape of Ambazonian leadership and witty Ambazonians, the various Ambazonian leaders, they don't offer them for the Ambazonian people them. Why some they succeed, why some they fail. And witty Cameroun they try for do them, for keep Ambazonia under as part of Cameroun in terms of they occupy for be Ambazonia for continue for be an occupied territory of Cameroun, and witty Ambazonia they do them for continue for win Cameroun, beat Cameroun, defeat Cameroun, and then at the end, now who go really win? So now the whole conversation is when you want to live here today, you go get a very good clarity, and you no go to worry so much about some of the noise of the day out there, because when you get a better understanding, you get a deeper understanding, you get a deeper clarity, then you know go the fear, what did really happen, because you get a foundation of what are things that they go and what you get for anticipate. All right. So all man a place there Una come well, una come fine. Anyways, I know say most of una not really be used to foresee me on Saturday. But I make a promise for all una, right? Una remember say I make a promise for all una. For tell una say for the next 60 days, I'm going to be online for YouTube every single day. So a promise is a promise. When you make a promise of people then, especially when you make a public promise, you must keep that promise. All right. So we get a very good discussion for today. All money place day, una come fine, una come well. Make we get the conversation started. We will talk enough for pidgin because the reason why we move most of our conversation now for pidgin now because we want to really change the discussion, change what to go on. We want to make an average person, no matter place where you for the Ambazonian territory, no matter who you be, make you feel connected because pidgin are almost country talk. We connect all we, all right? So now the reason this would use pidgin most of the time. I know some people they did for Yibo land. We don't know the one would continue for only for talk for Yibo talk for some reason, but from the background of communication, we realize and say they say for communicate you get for talk now for the way you relate with the people them, for the way we connect with the people them the most. So in a new platform, this would talk for here every single day. Make we get the conversation started. So Ambazonia they ask him say, Wusa would day in terms of Ambazonia versus Cameroun. Oh, before we start, I want back all our friends who don't join me for here. A new platform this. I beg with the back when share this video for other people them for no say would they online live. A lot of people they never know, so we don't move from Facebook to YouTube. So when I share them, invite other people them, advise other people them, may they download the YouTube app and may they subscribe for this channel so that we would give a constant update every day because it be very critical. All right, we could get the conversation started. So people that they ask and say, but Wusa will really day. Now what did it happen? Why all this plenty noise, plenty confusion? Now what did it really happen? So today, I want to give una a full clarity and a full understanding. Any person will live here today, you go feel okay. Any person will live here today, you go feel certain for place all day, and you go get a better understanding of all the events that they happen, both for Ground Zero and for the international community. So, since 2016, where the Ambazonian War of Independence started, it started as a popular movement for all the Ambazonian people then. At the time for 2016, the Ambazonian people, they be only be agitate, they protest for ask the colonial state for make reforms for accommodate the Ambazonian people in terms of education and in terms of the legal system. Now the two main things and that way the Ambazonian people they be rise up for ask for at that time. The person where it be the lead that time. Agbobala rise up at that time for 2016. Agbobala it be na the most influential Ambazonian at the time. Agbobala be the most influential person for lead, for champion through the teachers and the lawyers trade union. Agbobala come up, it become the voice for represent the people that be asked for in terms of reforms. Bala be one of the most powerful voice. So Bala offer the leadership where it be required for that time. Through both the teachers and the lawyers then, Agbobala, Yi and Tassan Wilfred, they offer the leadership with Dr. Fontemneba. They offer the leadership where it be required for that time for 2016. So, what can happen? But why be say when the people they woke up, Bala become a frontline voice for the Ambazonian people. It become a frontline voice for negotiate on behalf of the Ambazonian people, them the teachers and the lawyers, for which the people that they ask them. Why the Bala leadership fail? Now the question that all man get for ask them. Why the Bala leadership through the consortium it not be fit for succeed for make the negotiations and achieve what the teachers and the lawyers that be the ask on behalf of the Ambazonian people them. Why the leadership of Dr. Fontaine and the leadership of Agbobala, including the leadership of Patterson Wilfred, will represent the teachers. Why they not be achieve what they be want them? Now the question that we always get for ask them. They not be fit for achieving because the colonial state of Cameroun it not be ready for make the political compromises. The colonial state of Cameroun it not be ready for recognize the Ambazonian people say if he make demands and the master, the occupier, he recognize those demands and fulfill those demands. That's why Bala they not be succeed for achieve what the lawyers they be want them and what the teachers they be want them on behalf of the Ambazonian people. Just basic political rights. And that's why they catch Bala and Fontaine them. They go lock them. Then the leadership moved to Tapang Ivo and Mark Barretta. It be very important make we understand these things. Because our people, they be very easily carried away. Because they not get the basic understanding of how the Ambazonian leadership don't evolved. And who's how we did today. But you forget that understanding, forget the confidence of victory. And the confidence say Cameroon go be defeated. So today they talk about the tipping point. We they on the edge of victory, or the edge, or on the edge, or on the tipping point for Cameroon for succeed. Now 2 tipping points that they happen. That's why I don't come for explain that for now. As not only me, for the best way where I fit, for use all which I fit do am, for give for una for the way una go understand and find. So the Bala, the Fontaine, and the Patterson leadership, they fail not because they not be effective, not because the colonial state it not be ready for say a generation feel rise and for ask for what it be rightful, for what it really make it be right under law, it be right for what the people that they ask them. The government of Paul Biya, the colonial prime minister for back then, Mafani Musonge, it not be ready for make those political compromises with the Bala, the Dr. Fontaine and Patterson, they not be ready. So that's why they catch Bala, they catch Dr. Fontaine, they go lock them. All right. So the era for Bala, the Bala leadership, he end for that place. But why Bala be there for prison? All Ambazonians, they rally behind Bala, advocate for Bala, fight for Bala, protest for Bala, until they finally release Bala and they release Fontaine. Right? All Ambazonians, they rally behind Bala because for every stage of the Ambazonian evolution, the people that did rally behind the leader where it don't emerged for lead at that stage. During that time, Mark Barretta and Tapang Ivo, they continue for rally Ambazonians them online. Ambazonians, they continue for support Mark Barretta and they continue for support Tapang Ivo. And they did a great job for keep the revolution together, to keep the resistance together, to keep the momentum together until Patterson Wilfred. Now in this, until Patterson is succeed for escape from Ambazonia and cross for Nigeria. When Patterson Wilfred he cross for Nigeria, he be succeed for carry the leadership, move on for diaspora. While Mark Barretta and Tapang Ivo they be outside here, they be in an interim. As long as Tassan succeed for cross go Nigeria, he asked Mark Barretta and Tapang say, all right, since I be still there for bush, una don't help, I don't cross, una hand back leadership because one of we dey outside. Mark Barretta and Tapang Ivo, they hand leadership back for Patterson Wilfred. Patterson to say, He no one carry him he one because he no be a greedy person. We be driven by power. He talks he no one carry him he one. He call all the other movements them. He call all the nationalist movement them. He say make we come together. We create something. We all we feel work together as a people for move the people forward, for move the resistance forward, for advocate for which the people they want them. When I remember, right? They can create what they call and say Skakuf. Skakuf emerge. Patasan become the Secretary General. All una are the give una this one for una understand the background of Wusa Ude, Wusa will come out, and why for each stage of our war of independence, leaders they don't emerge. They play their part, they do their part for which they be know and which they be fit for doing for that time. All right? So Patasan help with the leadership, they can create Skakuf. It become a joint platform for all the movements them for lead the Ambazonian people them through the Skakuf Secretariat. All right? From Patasan era, from Patasan, around the fourth conclave, a new face he emerged. With the Ambazonian people, they not be know that face. That face, Sissikwa Yoktabe Julius. He come out, he emerged as the chairman when they create the governing council. From Skakuf, they transform the joint platform, where they call and say Skakuf, they transform that joint platform into what they call and say the governing council. Sissikwa Yoktabe Julius, he emerged. When I don't see how the leadership don't change hand, he come out from Bala them. He come out from Bala, he and how they call it, Dr. Fontaine. He move to Patasan. The leadership move to Skakuf. Then the leadership evolve. They transform Skakuf. They create the joint platform of governing council. All right? For all the movements. Sissikwa Yoktabe Julius become the chairman of the governing council for lead the Ambazonia aspiration. Through Sissikwa Yoktabe Julius, the independence with Justice Ebon, with Gojidinka, Ebidon declare them. Justice Ebon, he reassert them. For how they call it, Sissikwa Yoktabe Julius, excuse me, for October 2017, he rallied the Ambazonian people them. He rallied all our people them, both on the ground and for the diaspora, and reaffirmed that independence for October 1, 2017. During that period, just like Bala, when he be the frontline leader, now he be the most popular Ambazonian. Just like Tassan Wilfred, when Tassan be the frontline leader, he be the most popular Ambazonian. Sissikwa Yoktabe Julius be the most popular and most influential Ambazonian leader when his own time be reached. And during that period, for Sissikwa, he come off outside, mobilize our people then, he reaffirmed that independence where it be already be declared and it be already be declared and it be already be restored. Sissikwa come reaffirm that independence. Then something can happen. When he reaffirmed that independence, with all the support of the Ambazonian people then, where Sissikwa Yoktabe be get them, it be the most influential Ambazonian, the most popular Ambazonian, and all Ambazonia them, Papa, Mami, Pikin, all man rally behind Sissikwa. Why? Because for each stage of our quest for freedom, we rally behind the leader where we see say now he don't come up for front and now he be for the place where if he make a difference for move the people them forward. All Ambazonians then, we rally behind him, all we activists, we advocate for ye, we support ye, we promote ye, we subscribe for donate money every single month for citizen levy. I put my own credit card too as an Ambazonian. We support, we promote them, we encourage all Ambazonians for support the leadership when I don't emerge for that time. So when Siseko be declare, it be reaffirm the independence of the Ambazonian people, them all Ambazonians they be rally behind me, just like all Ambazonians. We don't always rally behind any of our leaders them when they don't succeed for come for front for take we forward. Now the evolution of Ambazonian leadership this. From October 2017, so till you can reach for January, Siseko be get a very short period of time for put in place the better organization them, the better people them, the better institutions them, for defend the Ambazonian people the moment they do the reaffirmation of that independence. Una sabi say something happen. Some change take place for a war of independence. It not be anymore a social political agitation. It not be anymore na something where the people that they just the protest. It not be anymore na something where the people that they just talk to we want freedom. The game change with the reaffirmation of Ambazonian independence. La République it launched a full-scale war on the Ambazonian people then. So it not be being as something where people that just come out for streets and they hold peace plans. The war be don't change. The process of our quest for freedom, it don't change. But the leadership, it not be changed with the change on the ground. With the changes on the ground, the political leadership, it not be changed for conform with the reality of the people that be the facer. When I get this point very straight, because it be very critical for una complete understanding of the evolution of place where they and why it be with the win and why we will continue for win. Now tipping point this. So the war be don't change. Poor beer now it use the army, police and gendarme. It don't declare a full-scale war. When sabi when they declare the restoration of independence, Poor beer send helicopters them with the day for air, and just for Boya alone, they be killed almost 480 Ambazonians. 480 just within Fako alone. About 480. We need to talk the one where they kill them for Manu. We need to talk the one where they kill them for Fako. We need to talk the one where they kill them for all place. So the game for ground don't change. Now for here we start for move, where people they start for move into self-defense. Where people they start for move into self-defense. So c'est quoi you tabe play your own part for what he be know. But what they fail for doing till today. Now say as things they change for ground, the leadership also got for change the tactics. As now there were people that they be killed. The right for self-defense, it become the primary way where people they feel respond. But Siseko for be who he be, and the people where they surround him, and the people where they be giving advice, they not want to embrace their self-defense. So not blame them. Any man get his own way. Bala no one hear about self-defense. Fontem no one hear about self-defense. Patasa no one hear about self-defense. But now evolution of leadership, all right? It do your own part. From October, so they carry to January 2018. They pick you up. So Siseko leadership, it will be very short-lived. The time for Siseko leadership will not be over long. It declared restoration of independence for October 1. You get November, you get January, you get November, you get October, you get November, you get January. They pick you up. It not even reach 4 months. So Siseko leadership, it not be stay. So whether it go, if for fit for change and embrace self-defense, we don't know. We not fit know. Because time not be there for completely judge it. But for a time we day, I want to make you give it credit. I want to make you give Siseko the credit for say, when the momentum don't reach for that point, for that critical mass, it be get the courage for mobilize Ambazonians them and tell them, say, make we redeclare our independence. Make we reaffirm our right as a people. We get for give Siseko that credit for that boldness, even when it be something will not be popular. But the fact say, it stand up and use the influence for that time, because that be the most popular leader for that time. The fact say he used that popularity and that influence for mobilize the collective Ambazonian spirit and reaffirm our independence, for maintain the momentum. It be a great move, and we get for thank you and we get for applauding. All right, for a period, for your own leadership, it do something where it move all the way forward. Just like when Bala be the president of the consortium, Bala do his own thing where move we forward. He and Dr. Fontem Neba. When Patasan carry the revolution, the war, the liberation, it move and go diaspora. Patasan help for create Skakuf where it move we forward. And then they transform them for the governing council where it move we forward as a people. So for Ayokabe Julius, a period of time where it be get them for lead, it be do his own things for move we forward. All right? So now I own that just like everyone else. Now make we go. I take on forward. After they take Seseko Ayokabe Julius, after they catch you, they pick them up for Nigeria, something change. Ambazonia do not be expect waiting go count for them. They not be expect them. Something change radically. Something change. With all the momentum, with all the excitement where Ambazonia they be get them, with all the hopes, I'll bring them down here a little bit. With all the hopes where Ambazonia they be get them, Samuel Sako, Ian Crisano, they can't take over from Siseko Ayokabe Julius. And Ambazonia, they start experience until they never experienced them before. The kind class where Bala bring them, it not be there again. The kind class where Fontaine be bring them, it not be there again. The kind class where Patasan be bring them, it not be there again. Something can change for Ambazonia War of Independence. Chris Ano, and Samuel Sako, they can't take over that group where they call and say the IG. And then they become the new face for the IG group. During that same period, Dr. Ayabayi and Dr. Akwanga, they be the focus them on ground zero for build the defense structures on the ground. Sakoyi and Crisano, they take over from Siseko. They take over Siseko IG. And Ambazonia, they experience a different kind of leadership where it shocked the people. But the people, they still give Sako a chance. They give Sako a chance. Sako come up, in every 3 months when he come introduce my trip to Boya as his signature flagship, as his own roadmap, as his own plan for the liberation. First thing we come, he said, now, my trip to Boya. No strategy, no roadmap, but not just, when I give me money, I'll carry when I go Boya. No other further explanation about how he go carry Ambazonia and go Boya. There was no explanation. But he launched a big program. All we, including me, including Capo Daniel, all we will rally Ambazonians, advocate for that program, sell that program, educate what people them why it be important for them for support the program. All we, including me. Muna not forget, during that period, we invite Sako for Canada. When I remember, we promote him until when we start to get evidence for say all this money where they raise them, the money need to go ground zero for buy guns and bullets. It need to go ground zero for do what they promise them. So Sako also enjoy popularity and fame. The only thing we kill Samuel Sako, he and Chris Anu, we kill the organization. Now because they not be competent. They not get the education, they not get the knowledge, they not get the skills. They don't know how to lead the people for place where the people they don't reach. They not qualify. They not get what it take for take the people them to the next step. Why they get all the popularity and all the support, majority of support, majority of the money, now them better be the reason. They not be fit for make use of the money because there was no plan for make use of the money. So why they be get the popularity, they get the influence, they get the money, but they not be get any plans with that money if it be useful for move the people them forward. And they not surround themselves with competent people where they give them good advice how for succeed their organization and then move the Ambazonian people them forward. Sako failed now because of the failure and the mismanagement of my trip for Boya. Sako for succeed. Sako and Chris Anu, they for succeed if they be do the right thing. And if they be mean well for the Ambazonian people then. They be get the best chance. Sako and Chris Anu, they be get a better chance past Seseko for succeed. They be get a better chance for move Ambazonia them far. They be for the best place, the best time, and the best opportunity. But they misuse that opportunity. They lost that opportunity. As much at the moment they mismanage all that money where they raise them. Because then they be think say that money it go be there forever. They be feel say Ambazonia they go continue for give them the money forever. It be very important to understand these little things then, because not only for this platform we will get this kind of education. Not be something where we boast about it, but not just a fact. Other than Capo Daniel the platform, we will get this kind very detailed, interesting education without any corny, no bias. And it just tell the pure, honest truth from psychological analysis and leadership analysis. Sako and Chris Anu, they for succeed for take Ambazonia and them very far. But they not be get the intention. Because they not surround themselves with competent people where they feel help them for waiting for do and how for deliver results so that they will continue for gain the support and the trust of the Ambazonian people then. So when they betray the people they trust, when they lost the people they trust, so too they lost the capacity for the people them for listen for them. Now the thing that will happen with Sako and Chris Anu. Now the thing that will happen with IG, Sako IG, the embezzlement of my trip for Boya, it lost all the people they trust for that organization, for those two people then. And some of their actions for go against other groups, for fight other leaders them, for try for ban all man, saying that them go only be the only group where it must speak for the Ambazonian people then. It make Ambazonians them they turn against them. For ban ADF and all the other groups and for Ground Zero, ban Dr. Ayaba, it make Ambazonians they start to become very suspicious of Samuel Sako and Chris Anu. So Sako and Chris Anu, they get the best chance for any movement for take Ambazonia and them very far. but they lost that chance. They betrayed that trust of the people. And now for they, Sarkozy and Chris Anu, they start for fail. Sarkozy and Chris Anu, they be misjudge the Ambazonian people. They think say that fame where they be get them. They feel say that influence where they be get them. They feel say that money where people they be give them. It go continue for be there forever. So now for they can't start for fail. My trip for Beya scatter, it become the most scandalous thing. It become the most shameful thing will ever happen for Ambazonian people, their history, in terms of public mismanagement and embezzlement. Then with all their other actions then, for kill generals, kill fighters, kill soldiers then, it make them the governing council of Ambazonia, it put out a detailed list of all Sarko their action them. And it called the international community. It said from all these actions them, it shows that these people them now infiltrators. Now for this Sarko they can't start fall. During that time, Sarko take a popularity. He want to do something. When he know say my trip for boy I don't die, he know say all things on the scatter. For Sarko for survive. Alright? For Sarko IG for survive. Sarko got for quickly go do the unthinkable. Sarko quickly go rally around a deal where he himself not be understand the deal. The Swiss process. Sarko go rally himself around that deal. And the only reason, now because of the disgrace of my trip for Boya, they not put soldier them for down, they not put guns them for down, they not mobilize soldier them, they not train soldier them, for give them the backing where they need them. So there be things say the fame for Facebook, for TV, it go translate for the fame of power for ground. So as long as they not be put those guns, train soldiers, organize soldiers, then their power, it go only end for outside here. So for them for redeem themselves and control and become the dominant voice, the rush for go enter the Swiss the deal with Swiss HD through backdoor stuff. We all wanna do already know. I don't need to go for that garbage. All right. So it be been a redemption process for clean Sarko their image, for clean Chris Anu their image, for Ambazonia for say okay, well these people that they do something, make we just hang on to them. Maybe. All right. So the Swiss process, it be been a redemptive strategy for Sarko them for redeem themselves and make themselves more continue to be relevant. But they not be no waiting that they go put their hand there as I talk because they not be surround themselves with expert them who they feel analyze all those things and for give them advice. So it be not just a strategy for buy time because they go project themselves, say they be the majority movement. And all this one, it come because of what happened for America for the SCLC conference. And for that conference, where they be create Dr. Fontaine de Bacretam. Now for they create this Sarko their group. They emerge from there, Sarko go start this deal then. We now understand all this one. So that deal is not still waka. Just like my trip for Boya be a fiasco. The Swiss deal, it be also become a political fiasco for Sarko because the Cameroon government, it be only use them now for buy time. And secondly, Sarko they go there now just so that the figure something for tell Ambazonia then say, would he do something? That time, during that same period, the governing council of Ambazonia, all this one from 2017, when Siseko emerged, the governing council of Ambazonia and APLM of Dr. Kwanga, they be there almost opposition because this other group they become more powerful, more dominant because now then they be the primary point of influence. While Sarko the focus for social popularity, Dr. Ayaba, he focus on ground strength. We now understand this. Sarko the focus on social popularity and TV popularity. Dr. Ayaba say no problem. We now continue. Dr. Ayaba, he continued to build the ADF from 2017 and 2018. When Sarko do all these things outside, by 2019, when Sarko don't start to talk about the Swiss process, Dr. Ayaba don't build the ADF on the ground, and it don't become a powerful force on the ground. 2017, 2018, when I don't see with the rising of General Ivo, the ADF become the most popular, the strongest group for ground, because they be focused them now on self-defense. So then they be control the ground game. Sarko they control the social political game. Dr. Ayaba continue for advocate and tell the Ambazonian people, say without the grand strategy, all this noise for outside here, it go end. And the noise for outside eventually end when the Swiss process, when the Swiss people, they realize I'm say, okay, Sarko, you talk say you get influence. If you really know say you get influence, why you not go gather all the other people then? Why you not go gather all the other people then? You come, bring them for we. I put this thing to here. Now give me a moment. So, Sarko say no problem. Sarko already go make a deal. But he won. The Swiss, they no go believe it. They no go trust it. So, Sarko go find Padimanden. Sarko go Connie Akwanga. A Connie Bohebet. They go create their platform. And a Connie Elvis Kumeta. He say, may they go. As long as if he go show the Swiss and say, he don't bring other leaders and movements, the Swiss, they will still listen for you and trust it. And he say, okay, me and Akwanga, Sarko, he LGA by LGA, county by county, and Akwanga is Sokadev, they go tell the Swiss and say, they get the majority power. Now then they control ground zero. So when the Swiss, they can't discover, say, Sarko, Chris Ano, Dr. Akwanga, Elvis Kumeta, Bo Hebert, 5 of them, they not be fit get the capacity for say if they make an agreement, all Ambazonians they go support them. Because that time Sarko already lost the trust of Ambazonians. So you get 5 groups. Sarko, Chris Ano, Dr. Akwanga, Bo Hebert, Elvis Kumeta, they still go for France, for Switzerland. They not be fit for get the influence anymore for make a decision where the Swiss they go trust them and believe them. Because Dr. Akwanga is Sokadev will already finish your ground. And Sarko not be get reasonable forces for ground. So the Cameroon government looks at Sarko, so he said no. They give them small test. They fail all the tests. Small test for proof saying that they control the majority of action for ground zero. They not be fit for proven. They ask Akwanga make it declare a unilateral ceasefire for now it be a test for see if truly those 5 people them they get influence for influence the direction of Ambazonia War of Independence. They not be fit. Akwanga declare unilateral ceasefire. That same night, Akwanga declared unilateral ceasefire, ADF knocked Cameroon them for 5 different places. So the test for them for proof to the Swiss and to other people that they back Paul Biya, for say Paul Biya now, because until you prove that test, Paul Biya say, I know will come for can negotiate with now the special status deal for this accept decentralization. So now for Sarko they can't fail. When they fail for proof, say they get enough influence for Ambazonian liberation. The Swiss process, if show say Sarko did not get the influence for influence for be the primary decision makers for Ambazonia War of Independence. And that the reason that the Swiss process not move forward. Not be saying not move forward because it not be fine. not be say not move forward because he not for deliver something. He not move forward because those 5 people where they go constitute themselves as ACT, Ambazonia Collaborative Team, they not be get enough influence on the ground. All right? The war not there for outside here. The war they now on ground zero. They not be get enough firepower on the ground for determine either for slow down the action or for speed up action for ground zero. And at the only reason that way, Sako a Swiss deal, a crash, because they can't discover say they not get enough influence for influence what happen for ground. During that period, Dr. Ayabacho, all this background we don't give now, na evolution of Ambazonian leadership vis-a-vis Cameroun. Now the evolution. All this time, while Ambazonia they move from one leader to the next, because Ambazonia they be defined as some person where it get the understanding for lead the Ambazonian people them consistently on a strategy and a roadmap. So that's why Ambazonia they go through this period of experiment for leadership experiment. Who go really get the capacity and the backbone for lead Ambazonia and deliver Ambazonia from the occupation of Port Bia and La République. All the process, now an evolutionary process for see if a leader will rise up for understand the complexity of the fight and that leader get the backbone for face Port Bia face to face and defeat Port Bia. Dr. Eba start for plan for back. And the focus on the ADF. When my trip for Boya crash, Dr. Eba talk say for a head. He talk say, okay, we get for focus for sensitize our people then on ground zero. General Ivory action, it really help for help the ADF for maintain a dominance control on the ground and project themselves. Those things, without the ADF, the leadership of Dr. Abacho not for survive. Enough for survive the attack for outside here. Enough for survive. Politically, they not for survive. But Dr. Ababi get the sense for focus on what matter when at ground zero. For focus on the self-defense strategy for ground when at ground zero. So while they do all these things for outside, Dr. Abadi make the mobilizing money within the AGOFC and within the Ambazonian public. They not be get too much public support. They be get very little public support. But within AGOFC and ADF, they be raise enough money for give for supply General Ivo and all the ADF forces them for keep the ground active and promote ADF and brand ADF. So ADF actions on the ground is time for translate with the public now with Dr. Abacho, his charisma and his education and his focus and his discipline. It's time for make Ambazonia they say, wow, maybe this man, he did really do something where it makes sense. The challenge with Dr. Ababi facing, even though with General Ivo, a popularity for ground and the power of ADF for ground, they not be still enjoy public support. Because back then, Dr. Abatok said, instead for we for take a certain amount of money, pay for buy TV, for promote ourselves, it better we take that money, we buy 4 AK every month. The other one, they say, no, as long as we continue for promote ourselves for TV, we will maintain this popularity. Dr. Abba say, no, that is not make, you go only promote yourself until if you not get the power for ground, you know will catch fire. So they continue for build the ADF. Then Dr. Ayaba, it not be also get the people them. The people them for ADF. We'll get this conversation. The people them for ADF at the time, because of the attacks and the blackmail, it make the ADF leadership and the AGOFC leadership, it be on the defensive. They go for defend themselves every day. So they spend more of their time for defend themselves, defend the ADF, defend the soldier, defend Dr. Ayaba, defend the organization, than for them for project their vision, their roadmap, and for sell their strategy to the Ambazonian people them. So Sako the get sense for the attack Dr. Ayaba them and cause all these activists them, people like Eric Tato, Mark Barretta and all the rest, for continue them, for go after Dr. Ayaba, the ADF, criticize them, so that it will keep them on the defensive, so that no will be effective for raise money from the public. All right? So the change, it come in. At this point, me and Capo Daniel will be independent activists for just tell the Ambazonian people them the truth. When be know me from the Southern Cameroon Leadership Strategy Platform, we grow that platform within 2 years to 50,000 people. And that platform become the most educative platform for the Ambazonian people then. Because we tell una the truth without any conny as Capo Daniel the talk am. Right? We maintain, I remember, for that platform, it will be the first Ambazonian platform where we put out a video, one video will be come out for Bali, or of the soldier then. One video for the first time for Ambazonian social media platform. We get a video where within 2 months, that video received 1.2 million views. It make us so Paul Biya start attack. We eventually Paul Biya and the people them, they launch an attack, they shut down all my accounts because we become too powerful, too influential, too educative. So the problem where the AGOVC and the ADF they be facing because of the blackmail, they be on the defensive. They not be get too much time with all Dr. Ayabai charisma. They not be still they receive much support from the Ambazonian people them because people them like Eric Tato, they build their entire career now by attacking Dr. Ayaba, blackmailing this man, just coach this man for make Ambazonia they hate him for no reason. But no, not be for no reason. It be been a game for just make sure say Sako they get all the support and Ambazonia they not donate money for Dr. Ayaba. So the changes that come in when we start to make the critical analysis, the honest analysis, for contrast the actions of Sako, educate the Ambazonian them and said, hey, now the mistake then this way AGOVC they make them, now the mistake then this way ADF they make them, they get a good program, they get a good process, but they need to really focus for really sell that process to Ambazonia because they be on the defensive. And you not feel win when you be on the defensive. You go only try for survive. The change come in. Now when the ADF they start for carry out some big actions and for ground, and then they get the opportunity for promoter. Some of we will be being only for tell the Ambazonian people them the truth. We start for make this truth and say, hey, now the thing then this way, this people that they do, now they benefit them this, now the direction then this, just for be honest with the Ambazonian people, for make sure say Ambazonia they make the right choice. We'll be doing just for the love of Ambazonia. We tell this truth since then, since the days of the Bala, we don't tell una truth. Since the days of Pata Sang, we don't tell una truth. Since the days of Sako, how they call it, the days of Sisekwa Yoktabe, we don't tell una the truth. The days of Sako, we tell una the truth. Today, the days of Dr. Ayaba, the leadership don't change. Leadership for Ambazonia War of Independence, it don't change. It don't evolved. The game don't change. Today, for place where we dey now between Ambazonia and La République du Cameroun, now the person this, when I lead the Ambazonian people them. Now in this. Now the person this will lead the Ambazonian people them. Now put them for here. The game now between Dr. Ayaba Cho and Paul Biya. Now the game that. Now for the all team day. Now the game that now. The place where all thing day. As I don't already give you now, the evolution of Ambazonian leadership. The governing council of Ambazonia, it don't rise for become the most influential group, the most influential movement, with the most pragmatic leadership where Ambazonian they need them. Now for you they now. the most influential leader for a war of independence since 2019. From the middle part of 2019. Now, Dr. Ebacho, the most pragmatic, the most charismatic, the most focused, the most disciplined leader for all the leaders who I don't tell you now. Dr. Ebacho, he don't offer the Ambazonian people them a leadership where they never ever get since 1961. All the other one them, they offer na a leadership where it be na more reconciliatory leadership with la République du Cameroun. Bala a leadership, he and Dr. Fontaine, it be na a reconciliatory leadership with Cameroon. Now for find way for adjust within the colonial state. Parta sang a leadership, it be na a some form of a reconciliatory leadership. Because they not get the backbone for stand up and challenge phobia. It be na social political agitation. Sisi could come in. It be so be na social political agitation. There was no backbone for challenge Cameroon method for method. Punch by punch. Blow by blow. Kick by kick. Belle by belle. You knock me, I knock you. You kill me, I kill you. You shoot me, I shoot you 2 times. The change come when Dr. Ayaba finally emerged as the most influential Ambazonian leader because he don't build that capacity. If he don't focus on it, they be trying for suppress his leadership. They be trying for blackmail his leadership, for weakening him, making no rise. He finally rise. And when he rise, the game changed for the Ambazonian people then. Everything changed for the Ambazonians. La République adjust. It start for put more guns and bullets on the ground. I feel tell you now, authoritatively, since 2020, the Governing Council of Ambazonia, it raised more money past any other movement for Ambazonian War of Liberation. The Governing Council of Ambazonia, they raised more, it received more public funding from the Ambazonian people then, because of the leadership that Dr. Abadon provide them, because the leadership be consistent with the reality of the people that they face them. Now a solution-oriented leadership. Now a more inspiring leadership. So the era for say we don't get a new leader, it also requires we for do it we don't do them in the past. See, every time a leader emerge because of the circumstances and the times, God did give we a leader. Life did give we a leader where irresponsibility they be consistent with the problems when people that they face them. In the days of Bala, we give Bala all the support. All Ambazonians them, they rally around Bala, he and Dr. Fontaine will give them the support and they do what they be fit for doing back then. We'll give Patasang the support. We'll give Seseku the support. We'll give Sakoyi and Chris Anu the support and the chance. Their time don't pass. The times don't change. When people they fail for deliver, other leaders they emerge for deliver, for protect the aspiration, the hopes, the dreams of the people. Today, for place where we dey, for we for succeed as a people, we must let go. Say we got to go count on the past. Every person be get your own chance for deliver Ambazonia, for lead the Ambazonian people them. Some of them they use their chances, they do their best. Some of them, they misused their chances and they did their worst. Now, Dr. Ayaba, it don't naturally rise up. It don't build the strongest institution, both on self-defense and a political institution. The Governing Council of Ambazonia, now the most structured, the most trusted, the most stable institution where the Ambazonia people get them. See the people that they inside, you go understand why it be so stable. Now, would it build now a strong institutions? Would it build strong institutions so that people they fit deliver through those institutions? One man activist, he no go do anything. Mark Barretta fit go up, if he go down until the day when Mark Barretta he aligned himself either through the IG care or through the SACO or through AGOFC. Mark Barretta go just be an ordinary activist. He work no go get any influence for the Ambazonian people them. When I hear me fine, when I go tell you. If he go right for Twitter as much as he want, it go only be in a public education. But Mark Barretta no go get any influence for influence the direction of things. Those days they don't pass. Eric Kato don't try him since 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. Who's I end up? We got to align ourselves with the leadership where we don't emerge and stop all this conny for the drag the Ambazonian people them left and right. The undisputed leader for Ambazonia in terms of popular influence. Now Dr. Ibacho. Through a policies, through a roadmap, through a strategy, through an action. When I see what you don't do for the Ambazonian people then. When I see how we don't protect and defend Ambazonia. In terms of substance, in terms of the issues, in terms of debating, UN. Why the other one that they go talk now with HD? The UN come for ye, it be they negotiate directly with the United Nations. So it get that influence, it get that power. And the organization we don't build them. Now the most trusted institution, the Governing Council of Ambazonia by itself, it be more popular past all the other movements than combined. Now they test that, the Swiss process, it be been a test between 5 movements and just one Governing Council of Ambazonia. And the Swiss, they say, no, we will not get enough influence. It tell you who the lead. It tell you who the lead. So, which I want to tell our people then, the tipping point for Ambazonia be positive. The tipping point for La République du Cameroun be negative. Because of Dr. Ibacho in leadership, it don't carry Ambazonia them reach a very fine place. And Ambazonia get the ultimate possibility for being liberated. This man, he work, he actions for mobilize our people then. He get the greatest possibility for give Ambazonia then total independence. And the thing this way poor be the fear. And the thing this way the pan-Cameroun activists they the fear. Now the thing this way the pan-Cameroun activists they the fear. The leadership of Dr. Eba, it get 100% possibility for deliver give Ambazonia people them full independence. 100%. So we don't reach now for a place where the leadership of Dr. Eba it been the most influential leadership on the ground and diplomatically. Most of the world powers they did discuss with the Governing Council of Ambazonia directly. Most of the people where Dr. Eba deal with them, they never ever talk with any other movement. Why? Because if we tell the Ambazonian people them, if we not focus on self-defense, all this thing we go do and go be in a waste. And for self-defense, it don't prove unto our people them. We fit defeat La République du Cameroun where we don't defeat them already through Dr. Aba's strategy. We don't already defeat them for ground. It don't build with the stabilization force. Just compare them with all the other movement, them, any other movement, where it don't show the kind of progress where Dr. Abba don't give for the Ambazonia people. Them. I don't really give for the analysis. Take all the movement, them, just compare, and then you do the contrastive analysis. You go come for the same conclusion. Be honest. For every stage of our journey, the Ambazonian people, they don't rally to the leader where now don't emerge and the institution where don't emerge. We do them for Bala, we do them for Fontaine, we do them for Tassang, we do them for Sisi Kwayok. Now all those leaders, their time already passed. They do their best for their own time. Now Dr. Abba don't give the Ambazonian people them something where it get the greatest possibility for take to the finish line. Paul Biya, imagine see how Dr. Abba don't fight Paul Biya. He don't challenge Paul Biya for the international system. See as his strategy don't crumble Cameroun. Everything what this man promised we, he promised we for make the territory ungovernable, he deliver them. He promised we for increase the cost of occupation for Cameroon, he deliver them. He promised we for stop economic exploitation, he deliver them. He promised we for make Cameroon become economically bankrupt, he deliver them. He promised we for make Cameroon politically unstable, he deliver them. He promised we see Ambazonia go become an international contender. If we do 1, 2, 3 things, Ambazonia become an international contender. Where now the war become now a war between two states, two parties. They start to recognize we, it tell we. Right? Now which other leader don't can tell una their strategy? Explain them for una. Now which roadmap any other leader don't ever give and the Ambazonia people them? And they don't explain una for place where the day and what they get for do for take you to the finish line. There is none. So for place where they now the finest this will fit expect them as a people. Now the best this will get them. With all honesty. With all truthfulness. If you be an honest man. If you be a person where you be truthful. You do the assessment objectively. You go know say they say this man don't be consistent from day one. Wait he talk, now wait he do one. Any talk one thing, go do another thing. Wait he tell the Ambazonian people, now wait he deliver them. He tell una say we go defeat la Republic of Cameroon. And una see am. He tell una say Cameroon go be in chaos. And una see am. He tell una say Cameroon go become so weak. And una don't see am. Tell una say they no go get the ability for fight the Ambazonia because the money go finish. And it don't happen. Now then they beg. Now Paul Biya the beg for offer special status. Now Paul Biya the beg for say one offer decentralization. Now Paul Biya the beg for talk. But Dr. Abedi tell them, we no go talk for one Cameroon. If they want talk, make them commit to a credible negotiation. Tipping point. Ambazonia day on the tipping point of victory. Cameroon day on the tipping point of collapse. Political collapse, economic collapse, social collapse because of the Ambazonian strategy. The only thing will be to keep Cameroon together as one country, na Ambazonia. Because all the money will be to use them for run their corrupt machinery. It come out from Ambazonia. We don't stop them. Now the money not there again. They are weak. Biya is finished. Cameroon don't finish. There is nothing left. My appeal for all Ambazonians. Why we don't defeat Cameroon? Make we take our country back. because Cameroon now don't reach to a new level of stupidity, a new level of shame. As I don't explain that for una yesterday, as I be explaining for all una yesterday, 90s. Cameroon don't form a commission, which they call and say the commission to rewrite the history of Cameroon. The government of Cameroon, it don't form a commission made up of 26 people. They talk say they give these people them a mandate for rewrite the true history of Cameroon. So they don't come up from Commission of Bilingualism, it failed. They go for Commission of Disarmament, it failed. They go for Grand National Dialogue, it failed. They go for Special Status, it failed. Now a Commission of History, a commission for rewrite the history of the country, for rewrite the true history of Cameroon. So now, by that presupposition, by that logic, that means say then they don't acknowledge, say the history, where then they be pushing for the Ambazonian people them and to the world. It be been a manufactured, manipulated history. Not be another same history where it be manipulated, manufactured, and distorted history. Not be another same history where Paul Biya use them for declare Cameroon is one and indivisible. Not be another same history he use them for declare a genocide on the Ambazonian people. So if they accept say their history, where they don't push them out, it be been a false history, and that history they use them for commit genocide, then we must hold Paul Biya accountable for the distortion, because that history don't use them for kill our people them. That history don't use them for commit genocide. That history don't use them for commit terrorism. Now that they can't acknowledge say a problem be there for the history and the way they deter people them about the history. So the history not be correct. So the president of La République du Cameroun, he got for bear 100% responsibility for the distorted history with the manufacturer from France, for assimilate the Ambazonian people them. And as he acknowledge them for Paris, say the assimilation project failed. So Paul Biya must bear the responsibility. The governing council of Ambazonia, they must hold Paul Biya responsibility as a leading movement for the distorted history where it led to Cameroon genocide on the Ambazonian people then. And as we end, we can't finish Cameroon, as we already defeat Cameroon, make all Ambazonia to be ready. In the next few days, when I go to hear the talks, the new propaganda of national reconciliation. When I go to hear the talks, say they want to go carry this matter, go discuss them for the colonial parliament. I want warn when I in advance. When I be ready. When I don't see the pan-Cameroon activists, they distract when I online because of these Cameroon games. Cameroon, they push the pan-Cameroon activists. People like Eugene, where they don't become pan-Cameroon activists. People like Mark Barretta, where they don't become the pan-Cameroon activists. They don't push them for make una not believe for una own leadership. For make una not trust una leadership. For me una not support una leadership, we go give una freedom. A real Ambazonia, it go focus, not be enough for distract and cause the people they may begin to argue among themselves for critical times. It go focus na for crumble la République du Cameroun. It go focus na for destroy la République du Cameroun. Na for weaken Cameroun. Na for expose Pobia. And get what people them for form credible alliances. We go make Ambazonia strong. And go give Ambazonia more support. And go give Ambazonia better relationships, better partners for expand our influence, for expand our connection, for expand our leverage. That's what a patriotic and dedicated Ambazonia go do. So when we hear the noise for out there, now because Cameroon they push them for back, because Cameroon don't start offer reconciliatory things them for reconcile, because they want Dutch the Canadian resolution with the push for a comprehensive, inclusive negotiation. Cameroon want try for dodge am. So that's why they want offer a rewrite of the history. Now another failed project. Just like we tell you yesterday, any Ambazonian, any Southern Cameroonian, or any man or woman where you call yourself an Anglophone, the Ambazonian people, since 2016, they never elect any man or woman for represent them in the colonial state. So there will be consequences to any man or any woman where it goes sideline with a genocidal regime, with a genocidal parliament, with a genocidal state, for say that person want go represent Ambazonia, for go discuss the Ambazonian matter. The matter be above Cameroon, na matter between for territorial dispute, na matter for identity dispute, na matter for state, na matter where if Cameroon be interested, make it commit to a credible negotiation, to the Canadian process, to the Canadian resolution, to the US Senate resolution. Make Cameroon commit to an internationally supervised negotiation. We go talk with Cameroon only on the international stage. No person, any man and woman, where it go shit down for some place, say that they call and say Cameroon Parliament, for say you want to go represent the Ambazonian people, their interest, make you know say there will be consequences. There will be consequences to any person where he want go manipulate the destiny of the Ambazonian people them for keep them under Cameroon occupation. There will be consequences. Any person we want betray the aspirations of Ambazonians for keep them under colonialism, for keep them under occupation, for keep them under tyranny, for keep them under poverty, there will be consequences. While people they don't ask for unconditional freedom, while people that defy a war of liberation, not be now for go reconcile with people they don't kill more than 100, more than 20,000 of our people. With people they don't burn more than 500 villages. So there will be consequences to any man or woman. Whether you call yourself an Anglophone, whether you call yourself Nijong Frundi, or whoever you be, any person will go for go talk say he want go shit on for discuss with Paul Biya the future of the Ambazonian people them. There will be consequences. If Paul Biya be interested, if the Cameroonian state be interested for discourse, may they commit to an internationally supervised negotiation or mediation. We go meet up with them. The Ambazonian people, through the political leadership, they go select the team of experts where they go sit down, they negotiate Cameroon, their exit out of Ambazonia. Their occupation, their presence for Ambazonia, it be illegal. So, make this warning, it go for all man. Any man will get a papa, your uncle, your auntie, where you call yourself a Cameroon, a senator or parliamentarian, the Ambazonian people not ever vote you. You be a political impostor. You be a political prostitute. You the prostitute Upobia. You be an impostor. Ambazonians, they never elect any person for represent them. If you go misrepresent the Ambazonian people, then there will be consequences. The Ambazonia Defense Forces, they don't be authorized. And all our sister forces. For arrest, for pick up any person where he go misrepresent the Ambazonian people then, politically for Cameroon. We go only discuss with Cameroon at the international level. The only negotiation, the only dialogue, the only mediation with the Ambazonian leadership, the Ambazonian people, they go accept them. That the one way it be internationally supervised. So that any agreement where they make them, any outcome, it go be implemented by the international system. By the country, the way they stand up on top that resolution. Now the reason this. Not been a 1960 this. Not been a 1961 this. In a different era and a different leadership. And I wish Dr. Abadan offer the Ambazonian people this. A leadership will be based now on principles. A leadership will be based now on for protect and defend the aspirations, the hopes, the wishes, and the dreams of the Ambazonian people. Then. Konino Dede. Now what people they ask them, and now what we must offer them for our people then. We're on the tipping point of victory. There's nothing left of Cameroon. The future of every Southern Cameroonian, the future of every Ambazonian, it didn't have Ambazonia. Our future be bright. See the kind leadership we'll get them. See the kind people that will get them. We'll go do great things and build a great nation. For now, there is no time to blink. We'll continue for rally around the leader. We'll continue for support the defense forces. We'll continue for support the stabilization forces. We'll be firm. There will be no distraction. Any person we want to distract the Ambazonian people, them. We'll protect our hopes and our dreams. All right? Tomorrow, we will be at the 18th of April for 2021. The leader of our War of Independence, Dr. Abacho, he go get a face-to-face, which they call and say face the leader. Now the first time for this program will go take place tomorrow on Sunday for 7 p.m. Ambazonian time for ACN TV. Face the leader in a program where other leaders, other movements, other Ambazonians, they go one meet up with the leader and ask the leader tough questions and get open discussion with the leader on any subject, on any topic. So tomorrow will be the first one. It will be a frank conversation between the leader of our War of Independence and one of our noble statesmen, our big brother, our papa, Pa Christmas. No, I beg my talk and find no before I can't get trouble. For Siseku She Dr. Christmas Ebini. I don't talk and find. So tomorrow it will be a frank conversation between the leader of our War of Independence all right. So it will be a frank conversation between the leader of our War of Independence and our big brother, our papa, Siseku She Dr. Christmas Ebini. That program will take place tomorrow for ACN TV for exactly 7 p.m. Ambazonia time. Now something will be very exciting because it will be very challenging. We don't know what they will talk about. We don't know what Christmas Ebini, he go bring them for challenge Dr. Ayaba, for throw for Dr. Ayaba face. And we don't know what Dr. Ayaba. So tomorrow will be a day. It go be a day full of drama and suspense because we don't know what will come out from each of the sides. When I know say Pa Christmas been not been a small man, it don't be around for a very long time. It don't be around from the early days of Ambazonia rising. It don't be around. So we get a lot of experience, a lot of things. So tomorrow will be a day of hard balls, of throwing hard balls. So when I prepare ourselves, when I go get a good time, when I go enjoy the challenges, and when I also enjoy the excitement, when I enjoy the friendship we go come up for this thing and the clarity we go come up for all these things, because a lot of these conversations now for help we begin to peel away all the doubts and move away all the bad habits for clean our revolution and bring our people them together so that collectively we go unite under this leadership and help the leadership for deliver Ambazonia on behalf of the Ambazonian people them. Okay? So I hope say as always, with all honesty, with playfulness sometimes, and intensity, with all the passion and excitement, and also with all the respect for we hope say when I don't enjoy this program, we hope say this platform will continue for self for be reliable, trustworthy, credible, for make sure say all the things that we do them in balanced honesty and truth for present to the Ambazonian people them as Capo Dan and they talk without conning. So I hope see today again, I don't serve Una for the best way possible. All right. So more Una get a great weekend. Una keep Una self fine and make sure someone take care of ourselves. For Canada here, for the province of Ontario, they don't extend our lockdown. They don't put more strict rules. They don't ask all stay for house. If you come out for outside, they don't even give our police them enough power now. Where if you come out for outside, police if you stop you, and if you not get a better reason where you leave your house, police will give you a big ticket because the COVID it don't explode for this part of Canada. So make all man who therefore live for very dangerous and uncertain times. With the beg, make all man take care of yourself, protect your family, your health and your life. It be very important. Not take COVID for a joke. Not take it for a joke. Practice all the things and with scientists and the best medical experts that they offer them. Practice those things for protect yourself and keep yourself safe. While we'll continue for make sure say build a strong immune system. If your immune system strong, even if you get the disease or the virus, your body go overcome them with a few, maybe 2 weeks max. But protect yourself. Practice those basic things where they talk, make all man do them. All right? We love una take care of yourself, una take care of each other. And we go continue for rally around the leader. We'll see una tomorrow. When I get yourself a beautiful Saturday night, I want to get yourself a beautiful weekend. As always, I love una. Bye for now. Now get a good night.
The Commando Force, the Ancamanto. 2021, this is a part of the Ancamanto forces and this. Today, the 19th February 2021. Now, this is the Ancamanto forces and this. Under the canopy of the Supreme General of the ADF, General Big Number. It will be easy when I got you and get power. Today, the day that they graduate the early commando force, the Ancamanto of the Ambazonia. And then this, na vito na ona siam, the Ancamanto forces then this na visiam. Today, the 19th February 2021, the Ancamanto forces then this, for their graduation. It will be easy.
The graduating batch of the elite force. Next on the agenda,
19 February 2021.
Excellent by the graduating class.
Today, the 19th February 2021.
The supervising the graduating batch for their oath swearing ceremony.
On this wonderful day, I want the soldiers to raise their right hands up as they swear. I, Lieutenant General Bobo, do solemnly swear to fight and defend the sovereignty of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia against all enemies, internal and external. God being my helper, I will bear true faith and allegiance to the flag, the heroes who have gone before me, that I will fight and obey the orders of the President of the Governing Council, the officers placed before me, according to the oath and the code of conduct of the Ambazonia Defense Forces. God be my helper. God be my helper.
Thank you, Lieutenant General Popo, for that one. Next on the item is commissioning of the Elite Force by Field Commandant